So once again, good morning everybody and welcome to this class. So as you know, today is Monday. As every Monday, we're going to start checking the homework, right? Last
Okay.
week, I asked you to write an story, right? And the idea is to read it today aloud. So, Mr. Enrique, could you read your story, please?
Yes.
Okay, give me a
My,
moment because Mr. Javier just joined. Give me a moment. I would like that Mr. Javier listen to. Mr. Yeah. Okay, he's joined. Because I'm going to ask to your classmate for a summary of your story, okay? Good morning,
okay.
Mr. Javier.
Good morning. Good
How
morning,
are you
teacher.
doing?
Good morning.
Fine. Good morning, everybody.
Okay, that's great. So, Mr. Javier, we're going to start reading the stories you wrote. So, Mr. Enrique, go ahead, please.
Okay. My story is the broken shoe. Yeah. I was walking to school when my shoe broken in the middle of the street. Um, I say, what can I do now? And I looked around and saw an old man selling fruits. And I say, him, can you help me? The man smiled and gave uh, us, he sent me a small rope. The old man tried to fix it with this. It's not perfect, but it will work. And I tie my shoes and it worked. I am happy and I say thank you. I will buy fruit from your after school. It's all.
Okay, thank you. Okay, it's supposed that the story should have at least 3 minutes, but okay, for this time. So, Mr. Javier, tell us about this story. A short summary.
Okay, my history is very long, but I try to tell
No, no.
it's
Okay. I
short.
mean, about Mr. Enrique's story. A short summary about Mr. Enrique's story. About what he read. Okay?
Mm.
Do you understand? Do you get it? Es un pequeño resumen acerca de lo que acaba de leer Mr. Enrique, de la historia de
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Enrique.
Like, I can understand about the short the shoot the short shoot
Shoes, right? Zapato, right.
short shoot. The shoot is lost.
What else?
Oh,
No worries, continue. It's okay. Do you remember something else? Or did you understand something else?
not much.
Okay, no worries. Emily, what about you? What did you understand about this story?
The structure about an essay.
The story. The story is the Mr. Enrique's story. What did you understand about Mr. Enrique's story?
Oh, get it. And well, the story was really interesting because it was something about our real life. So um, uh, we explain every step with arguments, and also um, the main idea was one of the first paragraph, I mean, and also he gave us a conclusion.
Okay, thank you, Emily. That's enough. Okay, Mr. Enrique. in your words, summarize your story, please.
Okay.
In your own words.
My history is the broken shoes. Yes. I was walking to school when my shoes broke in the middle of the street. And I say, what can I do now? I look around and saw an old man selling fruits. And I say him, excuse me, can you help me? The man smiled and gave me a small rope. He said me, try to fix it with this. It's not perfect, but it will work. I'm tie my shoes and it worked. And I say him, thank you. I will buy fruit from you after school.
Thank you so much.
It's all. It's all.
Okay, no worries. In summarize, we have two characters, Enrique and the fruit seller, right? Enrique was walking through the street when one of his shoes broke up, right? So the fruit seller helped Mr. Enrique to fix it. That's all. That's the summarize, right? Okay, thank you. Mr. Javier, could you read your story, please? The
Okay.
complete story, please.
The complete history. Okay. The title of my story is fiction. It's fiction.
That's
A
right.
title is story of David and Fairy. Uh, once upon a game, once upon a time, in a distant land through the North Sea, there was an island called Gaia. In this place, there was a mythical world. There were elves, magicians, and kings who fought with each other to win the gold cycle. David is a royal knight to serve the king Raoul. David was a smart and wise man. He found out this through how to obtain the golden circle because he knew a one fairy on the forest would protect the golden circle. David went to talk the fairy because he, if he obtains the golden circle, the war will over. Many people of the realm died for the cause of the war. The famine disease was abundant. The elf threw the many spells toward the realms and destroyed it. David said, my people die every day. I need the golden circle to save them and stop this war. The fairy who obtained the golden circle decided to help his, but she asked one question. When you finish this war, what will you do with the golden circle? Then David thought in his say, if I destroy them, maybe she don't help me later. But if I use to restore the cities, maybe she will let me eat. Then David tells to the fairy the truth, and the fairy decides to give it to him. Therefore, David showed the golden circle in the battlefield, and everyone who saw the amulet, they surrendered immediately. Elf and magician can saw the amulet because their power are gone. Then the king Raoul and the royal knights won this battle thanks for the David and his wise action. At the last, the realm lived in peace for many years. It's finished.
Okay, thank you so much. I really love it. Good story. So, just two feedbacks. We need to be careful with the pronunciation because it's actually different between story and history. If you say history, you're talking about historical events, right? Something that happened in the past. And a story is an imaginary situation, right? Like a tale. Okay, and just one thing in the story, David was smart and wise man. Remember that man is the plural, right? And
Oh,
it's
yes.
just David, so man. Okay, anyway, good job. I really appreciate it. I really love it. Ariana, good morning. How are you doing? Nice to see you again.
Hi, everyone. I'm good.
Okay. Ariana, let's give us a short summary of Mr. Javier's story. What did you understand?
I couldn't understand anything. Sorry. I was
Okay.
a little lost.
What about you, Mr. Enrique? What did you understand?
For beginning, the title was a fiction history, and I understand they they talk about a circle, a gold,
Golden
gold,
cycle.
golden side, yes, and there are two men uh, uh, try ¿cómo es?
To
Try
get
¿cómo es? To get
the cycle.
the circle, and uh, one of them take a circle for uh, take a power.
Okay, Mr. Enrique. No worries.
This
Thank you so much. Okay, there's something I would like to highlight of this story because it was a pretty good job. It was well written. So notice that Mr. Javier give us a background. Okay, I'm going to share my screen to make this easier. Easier. So first of all, a title is really important. All of you give to your stories a title. That's important. Notice that Mr. Javier give us a background. In a distant land through the North Sea, there was an island called Gaia. This is the background, the setting. Sí, nos está dando como una especie de contexto. Está poniendo un lugar y a veces quizás un tiempo. Once upon a time. Una vez, hace mucho tiempo, right? Había una vez. Okay, then we have the main character called David, right? And notice that he gave to David some adjectives, smart and wise, inteligente y sabio, right? We have a trouble. The trouble is a war, right? And we need to find a solution for this war. So he introduced the use of the golden cycle, right? Like a magic item that can help to stop the war, right? We have another important character that is the fairy. So they go to talk with the fairy to ask for the golden cycle, right? So we have the background, the main character with some adjectives, we had a trouble or a problem, and we have a solution. David asked to the fairy to give him the golden cycle, right? And the fairy did it. So at the end, we have the close, we have the finish. Thanks to the golden cycle, David achieved to finish the war, right? And finally, at the end of the story, he wrote, "At last, the realm lived in peace for many years." Okay? Thank you. Notice it's a good structure and a good story. Thank you so much once again, Mr. Javier. Good job. Okay, and finally, Ariana, could you read your aloud, please? I'm going to show you because I think it's easy.
Yes. Well, my story, it title is a chair, but the window, the window. Everyone in the family knew that the chair by
Yeah.
the window was Teresa's place. She sat there every morning with her coffee in one hand and a little smile on her face. He didn't talk much in the mornings. She just watches the street, the sky, the people walking by. But when someone sat with her, she always had something to say. A story, a joke, or just a simple, let's see what happens today. Teresa was not allowed, but sorry,
No
when
worries.
she spoke, people listened. She had this way of saying things like they were facts, even when they were strange. If you don't know what to do, clean something. If the soap tastes bad, add a potato. If life tastes bad, take a nap. Nothing is ever wasted, not even pain. She wasn't a perfect. She could be stubborn, especially when she didn't agree. She hated wasting food. She hated lies. She hated when people gave up too easily. But she loved well, and she loved hard. Uh, I never got to know everything about her. There are stories I wish I had asked, recipes I never wrote down, and moments I didn't know were the last. But I remember her laugh. I remember how she always had a space for me in that chair, no matter how big I got. And and I remember her hands always doing something, always sure. Now the chair by the window is empty, but every time I pass it, I smile because I still voice, eh, hear her voice is saying, let's see what happens today.
Okay. Lina, thank you so much. It's a really lovely history. I really enjoyed. Okay, guys, before I forget, I need to take the attendance. So, Emily, could you turn on your camera, please? Emily, are you there? I don't think so. Give me a moment, guys. I'm going to send attendance because them I forgot about. Okay, so, Mr. Javier, tell us about Ariana's story.
I can understand these Teresa chairs. Uh, the chair is stay with a window. Uh, this is the place when Teresa sits down every morning. She has take a coffee and stay here. Uh, see the window, the street. When I someone sit down with her, uh, she talk anything. Uh, yes, this is the history presents the Teresa's perfect time to spend her time.
Okay, thank you. I agree with you. What about you, Miss Enrique? What did you understand?
Well, the story told about the chair by the window. Eh, eh, ¿Cómo es? Teresa every day sits eh, yes, she sat near the window um, and told about people uh, working near. She takes a coffee on and I suppose they she spent the time in this place.
Okay, Miss Enrique, thank you so much. That's enough. Okay. Honestly, it was completely different what I expected because of the title, right? The share is just like the setting of the place where the story takes place, right? And it's focused on the main character that is Teresa. It talks about Teresa, it gives some adjectives, how Teresa behavior, and how people enjoyed speaking with her, right? I really love this story, even though it followed a different structure from Mr. Javier. Anyway, all of you did a good job. Thank you so much. I really like this exercise, and this was the homework. Good job. Thank you so much. So let's start with the topic for today, guys. Thank you so much for reading it and for did it. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed it. Okay, let me see. So I'm going to share my screen again with the presentation. So today we're going to talk about a bit, a little, slightly, much, far, or a lot. So I'm going to continue here. Let me see. So these words are intensifiers. So this word, a bit, a little, slightly, much, far, a lot, are intensifiers or modifiers that are often used with comparative. So we often use these words with comparative, right? Like bigger, smaller, etc., right? To show degree or difference. So we have two options. To show a small difference or to show a big difference. So for a small difference, we use a bit, a little, or slightly. A small difference. And for a big difference, we use a much, far, or a lot, right? Here we have some example with a small difference. So my house is a bit bigger than yours. A bit bigger. So notice here we have the intensifier and we have the comparative. A bit bigger. Es un poquito más grande que la tuya. Mi casa es un poquito más grande que la tuya. Un poco. A small difference. Then we have this test was little easier than the last one. So notice here we have the intensifier and the comparative. Little easier, right? And finally we have, let me see, I have an issue here with a chart. It said, is slightly taller than his brother. He is slightly taller than his brother. So notice, we write the intensifier before the comparative, right? So far, do you have any question? I think this topic is easy. So we're talking about comparative. I mean, intensifiers. A bit, a little, slightly, much, far, and a lot. 6 of them, right? And we said that we use a bit, a little, and slightly for a small difference. When we are making a comparison between two things, and we want to make we want to highlight the difference, a small difference or a big difference. So far, a bit, a little, and slightly for a small difference, una diferencia pequeña. And we write the intensifier before the comparative, right? Los van antes del comparativo. Okay. Then we have for large difference. So we use much, far, and a lot. So, for example, it's much colder today than yesterday. So notice here again, intensifier and then the comparative. It's much colder today than yesterday. This car is far more expensive than mine. Far more expensive. Intensifier and comparative. And finally, we have she is a lot taller than me. Ella es mucho más alta que yo, right? So she's a lot taller. So intensifier and then the comparative. So far, so good, right? It's easy. So a bit, a little, and slightly, a small difference. Much for a lot, large difference. But let's check the difference among these words. So the difference among them, it says slightly is very small different, a very small, muy poquita, more formal, used mainly in writing or careful speech. Es más usado en la escritura, cuando escribimos, y en un discurso un poco más cuidadoso, más formal, más elegante. It's slightly cooler today. A little is more different. So notice, very small and small. Very common in everyday speech. It's more informal, right? He's a little taller than me. Entonces miren que es más común utilizar a little than slightly, right? It has the main use and the main meaning, but it's more common a little. And a bit, small different, more informal. Very common in speak. So it's a bit cheaper there. También es más informal y es más común en el proceso oral, no en escritura, sino oral. So, slightly in written, and a little and a bit in informal or everyday speech or speak. Okay, you can use any of these, whatever you prefer. Okay, then we have the difference amount, much, far, and a lot. Much, a large difference, often in negative or question, often, right? A menudo. Used for big difference, more formal. It is much better now. Está mucho mejor ahora. For very large difference, often with comparative sound stronger. Is far more interesting. Como que ustedes quieren hacer más énfasis. So we use far. And finally, a lot, large, different, informal, very common in speech. It is a lot easier now. Es mucho más fácil ahora. So, do you notice the difference and the uses? I mean, do you have any questions so far? Okay, I think
No.
it's clear, right? Okay, thank you. So let's check the book. The book's explanation is here. So, Emily, could you help us reading this explanation? Please.
A big, a little, slightly, not
Slightly,
much,
slightly.
slightly, not much, far, and not a lot. We can use these words with comparative adjectives. We use a big, a little, slightly, not much, or not a lot of to describe a small difference. My brother is a little younger than me and a bit older than him. We use much, a lot of, or far to describe a large difference. I'm much faster than my brother, but he's a lot of faster than me. She's much more polite than his cousin.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's check the other page. It's page 36. So we have a bit, a little, slightly, much, far, and a lot. So complete the sentences with the comparative form of the adjective in brackets and use a bit, a little, slightly, much, far, or a lot. So let's check. The first one, as an example, it says Mount Everest in the Himalayas is around 8,850 meters high, kilometers. Also, the Himalayas is around 8,611 meters high. So we can say Mount Everest is slightly higher than 2 kilometers, right? Okay, let's try with the next one. Miss Enrique, could you read it? The sentence.
Yes. An African elephant's brain weighs over 5 kilograms.
Kilograms.
And human adult's brain weighs about 1.3 kilogram.
So
Heavy.
now we're going to make the comparative using an intensifier
Yes, an African elephant brain is
with this word,
heavy.
heavier, right? In comparative. So
Um,
let's move forward. What, Miss Enrique? What do you
heavy. Sería little.
It rated heavier. So far. Okay, I'm going to help you a little bit because it could be confused, this exercise.
No,
So,
no, it's
which
not a
says,
little. No
an
little
American,
is much
much heavier,
heavier
is missing something. Remember, you use
than
comparative. Okay, then,
adults,
let's say humans.
the humans,
Okay, thank you, Miss Enrique. You did it
humans,
well.
adults.
Okay, it says adults. Okay, let's say adults.
Yes.
Adults. Okay, good job. Well done. Mr. Javier, good job, Mr. Enrique. Thank you. Mr. Javier, the next one, please.
Okay. Arica in Chile gets 0.76 mm of rain per year. Death Valley in Arizona, USA gets less than 50 mm per year. Dry. Arica is okay. Arica is a little.
Are you sure a little? I think there's a huge difference.
uh, Okay.
0.76 again 50.
No, a little no. Um,
A large difference we use a lot, much,
mm, a far.
far. Okay, it's a far.
It's a far. It's a far than Arizona use. It's a far than
It's missing the comparative. It's a far. It's
it's a
far.
far large.
It's missing the comparative. This one. This is the verb, the adjective. I mean,
It's
you
a
need
far
to.
dry.
It's far dry. Here.
Dry. Drier than I don't see the
Death
name.
Valley. Sorry.
The valley.
Death Valley. Okay, thank you. Remember,
Death Valley.
we're making a comparison between two things. Okay, good job. Ariana, next one, please.
Eh, eh, 84 million 84 million people travel through Atlanta International Airport, USA each year. 67 million people travel through London's Heathrow Airport.
So let's try.
Atlanta International Airport is
Do you think it's a small difference or is a large difference?
a large difference. I'm thinking about
Okay,
what
no
I
worries.
choose, much, far, or a lot. Uh, Atlanta International Airport is a lot busier than I forgot the name.
Heathrow, sorry,
Than Heathrow Airport.
it's because of the airport.
Yes.
Oh, the airport. Okay, thank you, Ariana. Good job. Number 5, Emily, please go ahead.
Okay. Chirampuri in India gets 11,777 per year. Wake Chirampuri is well. Oh, I didn't read
The second part.
the first line. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. Chirapunji in India gets 11,717 of rain every year. Tutendo in Colombia receive 11,000
No, you need to use the comparative. Where?
770 per year.
Okay, sorry.
Well, Chirapunji is
It's in a small difference, right? Tendo.
is much
No, it's small. You need to use a bit, little, right? Because it's a small.
oh, get it. Well, is
I'm going to show you here. A bit, little, or slight, right? As you see here, you have the difference. With a very small difference, what do you think?
a little.
A little, okay, small difference. Let me see. So it's a little.
Oh, get it. A little waiter than tutendo.
Okay. Could you spell the word weather? The comparative.
Waiter. W
W
E
E
T
T
another T
another T
I mean ER.
R than to 10. Thank you. And finally, Mr. Enrique, please, the last one.
Cheetahs can run at 120 kilometers an hour. Elephants can run at about 20 kilometers an hour. Cheetahs can uh,
It
vale.
can.
Well,
Could you repeat it, Mr. Enrique? I didn't understand, sir.
cheetah can far
Far.
faster than Elephant.
Elephants. Okay, you're right. Thank you so much. Okay, let's try something else. Let's write in the chat one sentence for each intensifier. It means you are going to write 6 sentences, right? One sentence for each intensifier. I'm going to send you through the chart with intensifiers, okay? And the difference. So give me a moment. Let me see. I want to stop for presenting for a while. Let me look for this. So, for example, in this case. So these are for a small difference. I'm going to send you through the chat. These are for a small difference. Now I'm going to send you the large difference. Intensifiers, right? So far, do you have any question? No, no question. I think it's easier, right?
No, it's
Okay,
not.
so it is clear. We're going to write one sentence per each intensifier in the chat, please. Go ahead. It is clear? Do you have any question? Okay, thank you so much. Go ahead. When you finish, please let me know. Okay, Miss Javier, could you read your sentences, please?
Right. Chimborazo Mountain reaching 6.263 meters compared to Cotopaxi 5.897 meters. Then, the Chimborazo is far higher than Cotopaxi Mountain in Ecuador.
Okay, thank you. Good job. Miss Enrique, your first one. Let's read it.
The station is far from here. We need a taxi. A second, he doesn't talk much in class. 3, the painting is hanging slightly to the left.
Okay, thank you. Emily, let's read your first three.
His hunger is a little easier now. The the new assignment is a little difficult than the last one. The third one. There is a big difference between them.
Thank you. Okay, it's missing three, right? Good job. You're doing pretty good. If you have any question, let me know, please. Ariana, let's read yours. It doesn't matter if you finish or no. No worries.
Okay, I read them or I can stem them.
Please, sentence.
Yes.
Or if you want, just read it, Ariana, no worries. Because it's time to finish, so you can just read it. Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
So go ahead.
Number one, the weather is a bit cold, but you can swim.
Okay, colder.
Okay.
Remember we're using?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
but you're not making a comparison. Okay, no worries, continue.
Sorry. Uh, this book is a little more
Interesting.
interesting than the last one. The picture looks is slightly titled on the wall.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Good job. So, do you have any question about this topic? Intensifiers. It's an easy one. Miss Enrique, do you have any question?
No question, but I need to practice more.
Okay, for sure. Tomorrow we can practice a little bit more. No worries. Okay, so Emily, bear with me, please. And guys, thank you so much for coming. See you tomorrow and take care. Bye bye. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.
See
Yeah,
you
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Bye
Goodbye.
bye. Take care. Bye. Emily, how are you doing? So, Emily, let me see. Let's stop this.